Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the fourth ever episode of Taped Up. I'm your host, Peen Poppy, and I'm here with my other hosts, Ryan and Eric. We had another wonderful weekend of football where the Packers did not win yet again.
What about the Browns?
Anyways, let's go ahead and start off with the Thursday night game, the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I thought that was a really good game. In the second quarter, Buccaneers scored 10, Bills scored 14. So, I mean, that was back and forth in the second quarter, but after that, I feel like the Buccaneers just kind of fell off after.
Buccaneers could have won the game if
Could've.
turns around a second and a half sooner.
Yeah, I'm going to blame Baker Mayfield because I'm not going to blame anybody else but Baker Mayfield because Baker Mayfield
Is Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
But he didn't have any interceptions.
He played pretty good.
I don't think he played bad by any means, but I wanted to blame him for the timing, not Chris Godwin, because I haven't been able to blame Baker Mayfield in quite some time. It's been a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Josh Allen
True.
played pretty insane, honestly.
He did,
He started
31 to
out
40.
really fast.
Still a
He's-
6-point game.
Yeah.
Nah, he started fast. I feel like he slowed down towards the end of the game. I don't know what that was about.
You guys
What
think they'll
else?
make it? They'll make it to the playoffs or not playoffs? Super Bowl.
I don't think they'll make it to the Super Bowl. I do think their division will have 3 teams represented in the playoffs this year, though.
You think the Patriots are making it?
No, the Jets and the
You
Dolphins.
think the Jets are making it?
Yeah, I do.
Jets? You think so?
Aaron Rodgers is going to
Yeah,
come back and lead
I
them
think
to a Super Bowl.
I think the story itself will carry them. To be honest, unless they just start like plummeting from here on out, I think they'll make the playoffs and Aaron Rodgers will come back.
Or they'll make it, and then they'll be like, oh, he's just not ready to come back yet, and they lose in the first
Yeah, I
round.
mean, Jets are gonna Jets regardless, right? Come on now. And
Next, I believe on my end, it's Miami versus New England.
Miami, New England. I mean, this game kind of was a letdown. I thought the Dolphins would score 60.
I didn't think they'd score 60. I don't think they're going to have another game like that all year.
Yeah. That was-
I mean, all jokes aside, it kind of played out the way I expected it to play. Actually, I'm impressed the Patriots scored 17 in all reality.
Did you guys see that clip of Mike McDaniel? He said, talking about Jalen Ramsey, he said, I'm disappointed.
yeah.
I'm disappointed. He told me he'd get a pick 6, but ended up being
Got
a
a pick
pick field goal.
No, Jalen
That
Ramsey
was
looked good,
funny.
though.
Yep.
He looked good back from injury, so that could be scary for the rest of the league. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
Mostert,
I'm still not sold on the Dolphins.
Both
Yeah.
Waddle and Hill had over 100 yards receiving. That's pretty
Yeah.
nuts.
Pretty normal for them, I feel like, sometimes, though.
yeah, and I mean, not much to really talk about that game.
Yeah.
Kind of expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good one. I mean, not really. There's 24 punts in the fucking game, but Jets and Giants.
I mean,
Just so you preface that with this is a
It-
good one.
I
it
didn't
was
mean to
the
say that. my
best,
bad.
worst game I've ever watched in my entire life.
The
It
Giants
was
had
good.
7 passing yards.
Yeah, it was good up
Pass
to
nuts.
the last minute.
What's up with this
That was the best part. What do you mean?
third string
Said-
quarterback coming in
That's-
and
or
throwing
reverse
for
that, my
negative
bad.
yards?
Yeah, that's
Dude had, what, -9 passing yards on the day or something like that?
-1, but
Oh.
yeah.
Tyrod Taylor hurt his ribs for
Yeah,
probably the 19th time since coming into the
Tyrod
league.
Taylor was on the sidelines on his hands and knees looking like he was dying. Like, what is
So-
going on?
Who is the Giants quarterback now?
I don't remember his-
DeVito?
DeVito, that was it.
Vito? I don't even know the
Yeah.
guy.
Exactly.
I guess he originally wasn't a quarterback. This is something I read. He wasn't originally a quarterback, but they gave him a roster spot as a quarterback, so they had a third quarterback, which would explain why they
Hmm.
did not throw the ball with him when he came in.
It's interesting.
So that's, I guess, the story on it. I don't know how true that is, but that's the story I got told about
Can
him.
tell
He's
you
not
one thing
actually a
about
quarterback,
Tommy
but they
DeVito.
listed him at quarterback for the third option. So I don't know. But
And
Saquon
Jones
Barkley
didn't
with
come
almost 40
back.
carries.
That's nuts.
And Zach Wilson with 240 and a touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 7 receptions, 100 yards.
I
I mean, it
had
was-
I have
That-
Darren
Did you
Waller.
guys see the last second spike where the ref
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
spot the ball?
Yeah.
I think
yes.
that got away with. I think the refs are starting to give Jets some calls just for the hopes that Aaron Rodgers comes back and this
Probably.
miracle stories.
What were we going to say
So,
about Waller?
I had Darren Waller on my fantasy team. Went out, gave me a .46.
Pretty talented.
Pretty
Yeah,
fucking sweet.
pretty talented.
I dropped him today actually and picked up Ferguson. So
Okay.
hopefully he gives me a little bit more.
I'm number 1 in my fantasy league. Fun fact of the day for you. 6-2.
Congrats.
And most points scored.
Wow.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Jaguars and Steelers. All I heard about, I didn't really watch this one. All I heard about it is Steelers got fucking the game
think he
stolen
got
from
hurt?
them.
I didn't watch.
Something about
Uh,
the spot or something.
I forget. It was right before halftime, but They were gonna kick a field goal and something happened. I don't remember what it was, but they got moved back and it ended up being like a 60-yard field goal instead of like a 50-yarder, and Boswell missed. So it should have been 9, and they took points off the board or something. I forget exactly what happened.
Yeah, I seen
But
a
it was
video
something along those lines.
of Mike Tomlin talking to the ref, and he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Twice.
Yeah.
Not just once, twice.
I mean, I don't think the game got stolen from them. The
Encouraged?
Steelers offense, regardless, looked like dog shit all day.
They've looked like
Yeah.
dog shit all season.
But that's what I'm saying.
fucking-
Like, I don't think that field goal
Kenny Pickett got
made or
hurt.
broke them winning. Yeah, and Mitch Trubisky came in and was Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
I watched the entire second half. Of
I
that game.
seen something yesterday about how it was a Steelers fan. He said Mason Rudolph isn't that bad. I don't know why we just don't give him a chance. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'd start Mitch
might play him
Trubisky
Thursday.
over what's his face anytime.
Who?
You just hate Mason Rudolph.
Oh, Mason.
I
Oh
don't-
yeah,
I just-
Trubisky over Mason Rudolph.
I mean, they're both ass. We're
I
debating
mean, they're all
whether
three
two-
terrible in my opinion.
Trubisky's
I think
better
Kenny
than Rudolph,
Pickett-
I think.
I think Pickett has a ceiling, but I don't think his ceiling is going to be hit in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's just my stance on it.
Mm.
But the Jaguars moving to 6-2. Trevor Lawrence with almost 300 yards passing and a touchdown. I can never say his name, but their running back junior, he looked really good and had some really big runs towards the end of the game to kind of seal the deal here and there.
ETN.
Yeah, ETN, and then Calvin Ridley and their other receiver. I'm blanking on his name. They made some pretty big catches to seal the game towards the end of the
Christian
game
Kirk?
as well. No, it was their
Evan
it was
Ingram?
Ingram. Yeah, it was Ingram. My apologies. They made two big first downs to help them seal the game towards the end of the time, but just a regular Jaguars Steelers game. I feel like.
Yeah. The next one, I got a chance to actually watch this one. Titans and Atlanta. What about old Mayo Man?
Will Levis.
First off, I had DeAndre Hopkins on the bench this week.
Oh,
First week I moved him to the
Shit.
bench, and he scored 36 points.
Yeah,
I
it usually
do think-
happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Titans found their quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see this coming
Yeah, we'll
Sunday.
see.
So
He has more touchdowns in one game than Ryan Tannehill's had all season, so I think they're going to run with him regardless.
yeah, probably. We'll see how this game goes, and if he plays well, then I don't see them not starting him. So
I do think Levis playing this good saved Derrick Henry from being traded
and every ball that he
and or
threw,
hurt Derrick Henry.
every ball that he threw was a fucking dot, like right on the
It was-
money every
no,
time.
he looked good.
And that little fucking
the touchdown pass where he rolled right and threw it to the back left corner.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Nah, he's the quarterback from Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
He played at Kentucky, UK. Yeah, no, he looked really good. He looked veteran back there in the pocket. I ain't gonna lie. However, the Falcons didn't just kind of roll over. I mean, they played well for the Falcons, I suppose.
It's Heineke time.
it
It's
is.
got to be,
Everyone's happy that
I
Bijan
don't know if
Robinson
Desmond Ritter
actually got some
hurt or what,
carries.
but
I guess. I don't know. I think the Titans might turn it around here towards the middle of the season and maybe make a run, but I don't think they'll get in.
Yeah,
let's take a peek at their little schedule here.
yeah, what
Next,
is
they got
that?
Steelers, Bucks, Jags, Panthers.
So 3-1
Not-
potentially in
not
the next
bad
four.
games.
I'm assuming they lose to the Jaguars, but they have potential for 3-1 for sure.
Mm.
Interesting.
Texans and Panthers.
Congratulations
Take
to
off.
the Panthers.
Your
Un-
0-17 didn't happen, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. However, if the Panthers are going to win a game, it was this game. The number 1 overall pick versus the number 2 overall pick. You have to prove why you went number 1.
Yep.
And if you're going to lose to the number 2 overall pick, that's saying something. So good for the Panthers, I guess. Might be
it's
their only win of the
scripted.
season.
That's how they scripted it, T.
Maybe. I don't know. It was a terrible game to watch regardless. So
Yeah, that game was awful too. Boring.
did the Panthers
much.
only score field goals? No,
No,
they definitely had a touchdown, missed the extra point.
did they? You think?
I think they no. I mean, Bryce Young has a touchdown, so they definitely
Oh.
missed the extra point. But I don't
Yeah.
know. Did they score 2 touchdowns and miss 2 extra points?
No,
I don't-
think
I
they
didn't
just
watch the
had
game.
one.
Gotcha. And then field goals
one
the rest of the game.
touchdown. Yeah.
Pretty boring
Nice.
game. Congratulations to the Panthers on their potential Super Bowl right there.
Yeah. Rams and Cowboys. The Rams are not ramming.
The Rams.
Stafford got hurt. Oh,
The
no,
Rams have
his
officially let me
feet.
down,
His
and I don't think
feet.
they'll make a run for the playoffs anymore.
3-5.
The Rams?
However, the Cowboys defense came back alive, huh?
Yeah.
Another team
Yeah.
that I had on my bench this week.
Did you really?
Yes, I
Dak
benched him for the
Prescott
Ravens about
was
4 weeks ago.
4 touchdowns, 304
No,
yards, 25 for 31, one
CeeDee
interception.
Lamb, I think, broke every. That was just most. It was tied for most touchdowns. That was just most yards and most receptions he's ever had. So he
it's
had a
kind
good
of
game.
silly to think about. I feel like he's had bigger games than that, but whatever. I mean, I'm still
You'd
not sold on the
think.
Cowboys, so
No, I never am.
I mean, Dak Prescott's gonna let him down. I still think the route's gonna happen where Dak Prescott gets hurt. God forbid. I think he's gonna get hurt. Trey Lance is gonna come in and be
Oh,
the
hurt his thumb
freaking
again.
man.
Imagine.
I think Trey Lance is gonna come in and be the freaking man. They're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna put Dak back, or Trey's gonna get hurt right at the end of the season again. Dak's gonna come back in the
Everybody's
playoffs
getting
and
hurt.
lose
That's a lot
them
of
the first game.
That's a lot of.
That's
getting
what I think
hurt there,
happens.
bud.
That's what I think happens. I'm actually surprised Trey Lance didn't get traded today, which we can talk about the trades later. But I thought like somebody like the Vikings or something would try to get after him.
Speaking of the Vikings, that's our next
Right.
game.
I think we just let Ryan take it away.
We're tanking for Marvin Harrison. That's about it. I mean,
You need a tank for
You
a better
need one.
coach.
You need a fucking receiver.
Yeah, we had like 7 or 8 drops.
I was gonna say, what's his face drop like 4 alone?
Jordan Love played actually pretty good. Aaron Jones still only had 7 carries. Like,
Yeah,
what are we doing?
what's going on with that? He hasn't
don't
touched the ball in the
know.
red zone since he came back from injury.
Yeah, that's not good. It's been living the same life for the past 3 years.
And on the other end of the spectrum, Kirko Chains will no longer be playing this season after he tore his Achilles against the Packers. Unfortunate for him, but don't worry. Joshua Dobbs is taking over, baby.
Rocket scientist.
They picked up Joshua Dobbs instead of going with the next potential Tom Brady that I've heard about for so long. Whoever their backup is, they said that he was a
Jaron
project
Hall.
Yeah, they said he was a project quarterback and that he has potential to be the next Tom Brady.
Why the hell if they're so confident in him, why the hell they get Joshua Dobbs?
I don't know if the Vikings are confident in it. Just a few of my
Oh,
Viking
gotcha.
friends are confident in him.
Gotcha.
I've seen it all over their Twitter feed since the injury, so I don't know. Joshua Dobbs is intriguing, and who knows? Maybe they're picking him up to be the backup. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of the Packers, we traded away Rasul Douglas today. That was painful.
Proving you're tanking.
I mean, we
What'd you
signed
get
him
out
off the
of him?
Cardinals. We signed him off the Cardinals practice squad a few years ago, so got him dirt cheap. Traded him for a 3rd-round pick. So I mean, that's not bad.
I mean, he didn't
But he's
lose
like-
in the final transaction, I guess.
He's probably our 3rd best player on defense this year, maybe 2nd.
Got you.
And our Jair Alexander, our number 1 corner, has been playing mediocre. He was getting cooked by Jordan Addison against the Vikings Sunday.
So when are the Packers going to win again?
Oh,
What's your
brother.
schedule look like?
Let's see. Next we got the
Rams.
Rams, Steelers,
Huh?
Chargers,
Eh,
Lions,
eh,
Chiefs,
eh,
Giants,
eh,
Bucks,
eh.
Panthers, Vikings, Bears.
Okay, so you got
Um,
potential at 500. You genuinely do.
We'll go 6
Potential.
and 11.
Yeah.
Potential.
I
We'll
think
go
the only
6 and
games
11.
that will be tough with Chargers, Lions, Chiefs, and maybe the Vikings.
Mm.
We'll go 6 and 11.
Moving on. Where we at here?
Saints and Colts.
Derek Carr
Uh,
finally threw some touchdown passes. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah. Why are the Colts not running the ball more with Jonathan Taylor?
I don't know.
Because I
Who's
feel
their
like
other one? What's his name?
Moss,
Zach Moss.
Yeah, that's right.
Surprised
Are
he
they
didn't
running
get
him
traded
more or
today.
no?
they're splitting carries, but Jonathan Taylor is like
They
actually
average
looking.
almost 8 yards a carry.
Yeah, and for 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
So at some point you just got to be like,
With
okay,
your
we don't
backup
have.
quarterback.
Yeah, we don't have a quarterback. We have a pretty solid receiver, but in order to get the passing game to work better, why don't we just run the ball with the guy that's averaging, I don't know, 6 yards a carry since he's been back?
You'd think.
No, that's too
I don't-
easy.
Yeah, as a Cleveland Browns fan, I guess. No, good for Derek Carr.
Yeah,
I don't know what did Kamara do. They didn't really give him the
Mason
ball
Hill
again
had
Oh.
two
I
touchdowns.
mean, he has 17 carries, but
for only 60 yards and a touchdown. So I guess that's decent for him. I don't know. I think it was just a fluke for the Saints, to be
Dude,
honest.
the fucking Colts are not. They've been getting close games. I feel like almost every single week.
yeah, it's always a shootout too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The next one, same thing. Eagles and Commanders.
What a game.
I
I thought Commanders was about to pull this one out of their ass.
I did too.
Nah.
I will
Dude, I
say
did not
Jalen
like-
Hurts has not been playing
Sam
like the second best
Howell.
quarterback in the NFL this year.
Sam Howell, gunslinger.
Yeah, he can.
Brett Favre Jr.
Dude,
Definition. Almost 400 passing yards, 4 touchdowns.
I mean, he's been doing that like almost every week.
I just want to
Last
know
week, 249,
AJ Brown him.
388, 290, 299.
why did Terry McLaurin go from being arguably, I don't know, a top 6 receiver in the league to like not really much this season? What's going on there? Does anybody
I
know?
don't know.
Is it just
Getting the
not his
balls
favorite?
much?
Is it just not Sam Howell's favorite target? Like,
That's what I'm
Jahan
assuming.
Dotson is nasty. I will
actually,
say
hold on.
that.
Terry
But he's
McLaurin
not
did
Terry
get
McLaurin.
Because
he got
last
targeted
year-
12 times and only caught
Oh.
5 balls.
Oh,
He did have the most targets on the team, so maybe Terry McLaurin's just having a bad year. New quarterback, bad timings, could be all that, I guess.
I was
Sorry they
hoping
didn't
I
trade
was
him.
hoping the Browns could.
Yeah, they got Jahan Dotson and Curtis Samuel. You'd think they would try and get Terry McLaurin off their books.
Yeah, if they could, but I think he's free agent this year. I believe he'll go somewhere.
I think he just signed a contract.
Oh, did he? Did he sign
Think
his
so.
extension? I don't remember. I know
Could
one
be.
thing's for sure. They're gonna keep Sam Howell for a while. I think.
Mm-hmm. And that's
boy's
their
slinging.
quarterback.
Jalen
Let's
Hurts better
go-
figure it out though, because they're not gonna win much playoffs games
AJ
with the play, way
Brown
he's been playing.
Is
And the tush push got stopped.
It did. I
Push
seen
push
that.
got a turnover.
The
Yeah,
tush
I
push
seen
got
that.
stopped. Let's go. No more talks
that
of
the fir-
banning
is that the
it.
first
It turned into a
team?
fumble.
Is that the first team to stop it? Was there,
No.
was there one before?
The Packers
okay.
stopped it last year. Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Nobody
Cool.
cares. Moving on.
Oh, let's talk about this heartbreaker.
Philip Walker.
Whoa.
Let's talk about Philip Walker.
I don't wanna. God damn, bro. All right, all I want to say is I know a lot of people don't like saying this because, well, whatever. You don't throw the ball with an XFL quarterback on a 3rd and 4. We're running the ball all day and it's working. Run the fucking ball.
I feel like Jerome Ford has been arguably our best running back since obviously the Nick Chubb injury. And he got the least amount of carries today. Now, I know he came off of a questionable injury, but he was never technically injured, correct?
No, I think it was just like a with his ankle.
And I don't know why Kevin Stefanski's just against running the football. Like, I am
Well-
so down for the Cleveland Browns to run the football 40 times a game.
Oh yes,
I'm not against it.
100%.
Run the wing
We can-
tee.
We can, dude.
Honestly.
Kareem Hunt is just head down, just fucking runs through a
Yeah,
motherfucker.
gets in between the tackles.
Ford is just really good at finding open spots, and Pierce
Strong Jr. looked good.
fucking throw him a screen and he's gone.
Yeah, I mean, each of
I
them
don't-
did average around 4 yards a carry, which is what you want out of your running back core, I feel like, for the most part, not having your star running back. And the Seattle Seahawks did not play good football.
He didn't, and we lost.
This was
the
a
fucking
very
game.
winnable game with a very bad quarterback. And we put too much trust in this bad quarterback,
I'm saying
is
you
what
don't,
happened.
you
I
don't
think
throw.
you give DTR another shot. Could I? Is that wrong for me to say?
If I
Uh,
don't know,
It's not
because
wrong for you
if
to say,
you're-
but after the first game I watched him play, I don't want to see him again. That's all.
I mean,
But the moment he comes
but-
back out and plays well again, I'm fine with it.
but Kevin
I'm scared to see
Stefanski-
him.
if you're running the ball like that, you want a mobile quarterback back there, so you
Yeah.
have the threat of him pulling one.
It's also
And-
not his fault that Kevin Stefanski was calling these fucking plays where he just
You-
launches the
Yeah, he was-
fucking ball.
He was
Kevin
playing like
Stefanski might be out of
Ke-
there.
I personally have been against keeping Kevin Stefanski for the last this would be the 3rd year. I wanted to get rid of Kevin Stefanski 2 years ago, but because we were winning ball games, obviously he stayed, right? But his play calling, or actually not even his play calling is honestly not even that bad. Well, the problem is that he goes away from the run too much. I mean, Nick Chubb has been averaging 6 yards a carry the last few seasons, and then he gets like 14
Mhm.
carries.
Yep.
And we're putting the
exactly.
ball at the time Baker Mayfield's, we're putting it in his hands. And then last year we obviously didn't really get to put it into Sean's hands because he only played for 5 games. But I don't understand that. In the year that Baker Mayfield was hurt, he was still throwing the ball 30, 40 times a game. So after that season, I wanted to get rid of Kevin Stefanski, but everybody told me no because we did go 9-8 or whatever that season, and
Oh.
whatever. Here we are, still having the same problems. We're not running the football. Next week, however, if we do not run the football 45 times, I'm not watching the Cleveland Browns the rest of the season.
As good as Geno Smith, or as good as the Seahawks are, Geno Smith has got to stop turning the ball over. He
Yeah.
turns it over in the red zone way too much. They're leading their division right now in like second or third in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, you're just not
gotta
going to win
take
ball
care of the
games,
ball.
which, I mean, we'll
I
get
don't
into
know
it
why
later.
Kenneth Walker
But I
only
think
had 8 carries, but that's kind of weird.
They were playing from behind for part of the game. I think they just kind of put the ball in Gino's hands. To be honest, I think that's the only reason he didn't get as many carries. Don't know.
Anyways,
Pretty upset.
Yeah.
Pretty upset with Kevin Stefanski. I'm not upset with the Browns. I'm upset with Kevin Stefanski.
Even
Moving on.
even Kareem Hunt was upset he didn't get the ball on that 3rd and 4.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I have the same argument when I watch Ohio State going to college here for a second. When I watch Ohio State play, it'll be 3rd and 3, and we're throwing a ball in the backfield.
Just run
Like,
the damn ball.
Not or even throw it. I don't know, forwards, something. But it is what it is.
Yep.
Let's move on before I break my monitor or something.
Ravens and Cardinals.
Cardinals
They are
impressed me.
who we thought they are.
Cardinals impressed me. That's all.
Yeah, Browns got them this coming week. So
Not with Joshua Dobbs though. Potentially Kyler Murray's back, I guess.
I heard.
I don't know why they would get rid of Joshua Dobbs unless they had another option.
Tooney.
They do have that guy, but I don't know if they
I
want
guess.
The Fro might just start him for a week if
to put him in.
Well,
Kyler's
all I
not
know
ready.
is
Good luck.
if Kyler Murray's back next week, Myles Garrett might break him again. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if the Browns defense is who you want Kyler to have the first game.
That's what
Yeah.
at least that front 7. Like, oh my god. But the Ravens look good yet again on offense. Lamar Jackson. At this point, I'm actually convinced Lamar Jackson could have a decent game with me as his receiver. At this point, this was his worst game of the year, and he didn't even play that bad.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't throw the ball as much. Gus Edwards had almost 20 carries.
Bush.
So I'm just convinced at this point I could go play wide receiver for the Ravens because Lamar Jackson is just proving that he can play quarterback finally. Not bad for a running back, I guess.
Not bad for a running back. Let's go to the Bengals at the 49ers.
Oof.
49ers have no pass defense.
They
got
are
lit up-
missing
got
Trent
lit up by
Williams.
Kirk. They got
Game.
lit up by PJ Walker.
They didn't get
They got lit up by.
hold on. They didn't get lit up by PJ Walker. They got beat by PJ Walker. They didn't get lit up by him. I think he had 157 yards.
Oh yeah.
I think they're just tired. So maybe after this bye week, they
Well,
get shit figured
they're-
out.
They're missing
Chase
Trent.
Young's definitely gonna help.
Yeah, so they're
Oh, yeah.
missing Trent Williams. That hurt them. And Nick Bosa is just not.
I think it's
Well,
because he
again,
didn't do training camp.
Chase Young is gonna help him as well.
Well, Nick Bosa's getting double a lot. He's getting pressure, but he's just not touching the quarterbacks. And
Yeah.
that's a big falter for the
finish.
49ers. Exactly.
Yep.
However, I
Nick-
saw a stat here today that blew my mind from a former quarterback of the Packers, Kurt Beninckert. He
Yeah.
said this is the exact same thing that happened to the 49ers last year. They started hot. They lost 3 straight. They traded for
Trade
Christian
for a
McCaffrey.
player.
They lost 3 straight. They traded for Chase Young. That defensive line is
And then-
arguably the scariest defensive line in the
And
NFL
like
right
2
now.
weeks ago, they got Randy Gregory from the
Yeah.
Broncos.
Yeah, and they're about to
They're
get
gonna
Trent
have
Williams
that-
back next
they're
week
about to have
or
that
2 weeks
Eagles defensive line where they just
deep-
sub dudes out every other
Yep,
play.
yep.
Fresh, full
Yep.
speed.
now. Christian McCaffrey is going to probably break the record in 2 weeks, I would imagine, on scores straight. He's tied now with 17. He's going to hit 18 in 2 weeks. Debo will be back and Trent Williams will be back. I think the 49ers will figure it out. And I think the Bengals needed this win more than the 49ers did.
Bro looks really fucking
Yeah,
good in the
Burrows looks
pocket.
back. Bro, toss
Oh,
Nick
my.
Bosa to the ground.
Did you
That
see that play
play-
on Twitter?
Yeah.
Dude,
Where he crossed
the way
him
they
up?
broke that
He's-
down.
Oh.
He's looking here. He's looking here.
Yeah.
He's looking
Yeah.
here. He drops back. He
The
steps
way
up.
they
he
broke that down.
He tosses not DeForest Buckner, that dude off his fucking shoulder, and then he stiff arms Nick Bosa, and then rolls out and throws a dime. That was nuts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I would like to make the argument, though, that the
And he has 43
49ers
rushing yards.
the 49ers should have won that football game if Brock Purdy doesn't make that late throw at the end of the game that gets picked off.
I mean, he made a lot of
I
silly
just
mistakes
I
that
get it.
shouldn't
He
have-
was
like,
rolling out and he was on his back foot and he threw it and it was weak. But like if he just sort of got that over what's his name's head, it was a
6.
touchdown.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think they would have took the lead with that touchdown.
Old
remember
George
And then
Kittle
Bill
had
put a little bit of momentum
149.
and
Yeah,
to finish the game. But
I think the
Football
49ers figured
gods.
out. I think the Bengals will keep coasting, winning games here and there and losing other games. And I think the 49ers will probably make a big run, especially coming back off of a bye week, having Chase Young being able to be at practice without having to play a game immediately. Big pickup for those guys, especially on defensive end of the football.
they'll come back.
Let's Talk
I'm not
about
Taking them out yet.
the Chiefs.
Shout out to the Broncos.
Let it
Broncos
be
Thank
known,
God.
nobody beats the Broncos 17 times in a row.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Taylor Swift was not there.
Taylor Swift was not
I
there.
repeat.
Patrick Mahomes was supposedly sick. I
Russ's
will say,
stats-
healthy or not, Patrick Mahomes still didn't look good. I mean, I'm sorry, the Chiefs' offense still didn't look good.
He was sick.
No.
Russ-
I didn't mean Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs' offense, regardless, still did not look good. Patrick Mahomes looked fine, even for being sick. He had 250 yards almost, and still 2 interceptions. I mean, it's
I
a
don't
bad
think he-
game for Patty, obviously, but we're just going
I don't
off of the
think he looked
factor.
good.
We're going off the fact that he was sick, but the Chiefs'
Russell's
offense,
stats are
regardless,
bad,
still
or-
did not look good.
I saw him do this thing 3 times in the fourth quarter where he'll drop back and literally run in a circle. Not spin in a circle. He just runs in a
hmm
3-yard circle,
hmm
and then he just runs right into the defender,
The
or
control,
he just hucks it
his-
up and gets picked off.
plug his
I
controller
don't know
back
what
in.
that is or who is telling him that's
His
how you
controller
move around the pocket.
disconnected.
Stick
Needs new
drift.
Stick
batteries.
drift.
Russell Wilson coming out with a nice high school stat line, 114 yards
114,
and
3
3 touchdowns.
Whoever gets the job done.
I guess. I mean, Broncos have now won, 2, 3 in a row? I don't know. Maybe the
Watch
Broncos are
out.
turning around. You never know.
Watch out.
I bet
be
he
a
got
sleeper.
pissed
Let's
off.
see their next few games. They got the Bills, Monday
Hell.
Night Football,
They'll probably win. The way they've been winning the
Vikings,
games. It's the
Browns,
Packers' fault.
Texans.
Just know if the Broncos make a
2
run,
and 2
it's your
maybe
fault,
next
Ryan,
4?
for being a Packers fan.
Yeah, we started it.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not concerned for the Chiefs,
Alright.
but
Bears
Nah.
and Chargers.
I'm
Sunday
sorry,
night
Ryan. I'm sorry,
football.
Ryan. I'm sorry, Ryan.
Give me Herbert every
I'm
day
sorry,
of the week.
Ryan. Listen, I'm still not sold on Herbert, but I apologize for disrespecting Herbert because he was playing the Bears and I should have known better. That's all. That's all I got for you. I'm still not sold on Herbert.
Did
He
you,
played the
Apologies
Bears.
denied.
did you say the Bears last week?
I did.
Yeah, he did. You did too, Eric.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah.
What?
Yeah. You
Watch
agreed
the
with.
tape, buddy.
Yeah, you agreed with me, and you said the D2 quarterback was going to have a blowout game.
I was fucking
Don't
wrong.
you feel like a jackass?
Maybe that's the same way of fucking Will Levis.
I don't know. I mean, Tyson. I don't know. He's a rookie. He hasn't played at a big high level before.
I mean, I don't
D2
think he
fo-
looks. He makes a couple
I
throws
think
that I'm
he
like,
looks
that-
good.
He'll throw like a 15-yard out on a rope. And
Yeah,
that's a big time throw.
I think he looks good. I mean, 25 of 37, 232 yards isn't bad, especially for a guy that hasn't played at these higher levels of like a Justin Herbert, a Justin Fields. Because although D2 football is still college football, it's not Ohio State, it's not UCLA's, it's not Alabama's. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for him to come out here and still look decent, I think is a testament to him. I mean, 2 interceptions hurts and no touchdowns, obviously, but I don't know. Justin Herbert did Justin Herbert things, and he didn't throw a pick. Good for him, but his QBR was still only an 82, and I'm still not sold on him.
He looked pretty fucking solid for me, I think.
He's playing the Bears. I hope so. I think I would look pretty decent against the Bears. I don't
hope
know.
so.
I'll call him a top 10 quarterback.
Can
Top-
you not name 10 quarterbacks better than him right now?
You can't.
Not better than him.
I can't.
No.
Patrick
10 quarter-
Mahomes,
Oh,
Joe
come on.
Burrows, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy,
You just said Justin
Lamar.
Herbert.
No, I didn't.
You did. You just said Justin Herbert.
I said Jared Goff, Brock Purdy,
Justin
Joe
Herbert.
Burrows. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it. Joe Burrows, Patrick Mahomes.
You said
Geno
Patrick
S-
Mahomes first.
Name it after-
Restart.
Name
I
it.
restarted.
All right, go
All right.
again.
All right. Patty, Joe Burrows, Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson, Geno Smith, Sam Howell, Trevor Lawrence,
Sam Howell.
Aaron Rodgers.
Is that an order? Oh, I was going to
it's not in-
say.
no, it's not in any order. Dak
Oh.
Prescott, Kirk Cousins.
Dak Prescott's not better than
Kirk
Justin Herbert.
Cousins?
You put Justin Herbert on that Cowboys team last year, they win the Super Bowl.
No, they're not. They're not
With
winning
that
the Super Bowl with
defense?
Justin Herbert.
Guys, I feel like we have a debate about Justin Herbert every episode so far.
love Justin
Because
Or
Ryan
make that a
can't
sound,
keep the
Ryan.
first part of my name out of his mouth. He can't keep Justin Herbert's peen out of his mouth, and I'm
Okay.
tired of it.
T?
No, peen.
All
like
right.
the Peen
Monday
Poppy?
night football. Monday
Raiders
night.
are ass.
The Lions.
I'll tell you one
beat
thing.
The absolute shit out of the.
I can tell you
Raiders.
one thing with all certainty. Justin Herbert is 100 times better than Jimmy G. Maybe even 500 times better than
100%.
Jimmy
There's
G.
no way they start. They
I
got
feel
to
bad
start.
for Devontae
They
Adams.
got to start O'Connell next week.
Oh, there's no way they want to play him. Did you see his pick? That first pick he threw?
That was a high school quarterback.
Dude, anything, anything right now is better than Jimmy fucking G.
Dude,
He left-
I have a
he
torn
left-
rotator cuff. I think I might throw the ball better.
He left 180 yards out there for Devontae and 2 touchdowns. Missed all.
There's
the
no
throws.
reason.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no reason
100%.
Devontae Adams should be getting the ball how many times?
One
reception
reception for 11 yards.
One reception.
One
Number
reception
one
for 11
receiver?
yards.
Come
Yeah.
on.
They had the ball on the 1 yard line.
They
and
didn't make a single
Devontae had a
reception.
7-yard gap between the corner. And
They
Jimmy
didn't make a
throws it out of
single
bounds
receiver reception in the
in
first,
the first
half.
half. Yeah, that was
10,
nuts.
10 for 21.
Their leading receiver, 27 yards to a running back.
Devontae Adams was only targeted 7 times too.
That is.
Just throwing that out there.
He did
And
have that
maybe
one.
2 of them were catchable.
He did have that one ball that
That
was thrown
drop.
to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one though.
Was that the one across the middle of the field
Yeah.
when he was like kind of not necessarily falling, but it was at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the only one where I was like,
It's like
damn
he
Devontae
had
Adams.
it. He had it,
Yeah,
and then
yep.
2 seconds later it got out.
Yep.
of his hand.
Gibbs for the Lions
is
finally getting the
legit.
He
ball.
went off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went crazy. Good for
About
them.
time.
I think that's scary for the rest of the league. I mean,
One thing I love about Jared Goff, that pick 6 was gross. That
Mhm.
makes the final score look a lot closer than the game actually
Mhm.
was. They beat the piss out of the Raiders. But
And I-
every pick he's thrown, he comes back the next drive and drives the field, scores a touchdown. Every time he's done it this year.
I also think that pick was Jared Goff stepping out of his element of trying to like run the score up, if you will. Like
Yeah.
kind of put like a stamp on the game and be like, I'm here. And
Yeah.
that's not Jared Goff. It never has been. Jared Goff's like like your Joe Flacco's, like he's there, he's gonna play the game, he's gonna do everything right. And I think that was
Make the
Jared
throw
Goff
that
trying.
they give you.
Yeah. I think that was Jared Goff trying to step out of his element, and he got humbled for it. And then, like you said, he came back down the field and drove. But
Amon-Ra St.
we need-
Brown, 108 yards.
We need to
was hoping he'd get a
talk to Jared Goff
touchdown,
about his
but-
tackling ability on that pick 6. That was abysmal.
I did not see.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
there was nothing to see, buddy. No, good for the Lions. I think the Lions are. I think the Lions have a real good chance.
Yeah.
I really do in the NFC.
It's easy to root for the Lions.
Yeah, they've been bad for so damn long.
I really like.
By the way, I applied for their thing and they denied.
You know why they denied you? Honestly, you're too good. You're overqualified.
They're like,
They
this
can't
guy's
have
a
some-
Browns fan.
This guy's too good at what he does. We can't have that. We
Should've
gotta
seen
get
my
somebody a little
resume.
worse.
My resume was perfect. I got it on ChatGPT.
Other than that, though, it was a good week of football. I mean, some big trades and some not so big trades. The Cleveland
Yeah.
Browns traded Donovan Peoples-Jones for a
Awful.
6th-round pick, and all we got out of the entire day was a 6th-round pick. We don't need a quarterback.
We
Why would
we signed 3 people to our practice squad.
Yeah. Devontae Adams doesn't get out of jail, unfortunately.
That's tough. Feel bad for that guy.
I mean, I didn't think about this till the trade deadline almost ended, but Devontae Adams went to Las Vegas strictly to play with Derek Carr.
he's on a contract though, isn't he?
They got rid of Derek Carr, and they expected Devontae Adams to be happy. Like he went there to only play with Derek Carr.
Oh no.
Poor Devontae Adams.
What else was there?
Niners got
Chase Young went to
obviously,
Niners.
yeah.
Seahawks got Williams from the Giants, the D tackle. I think
that
that's huge for them.
I believe
That
the
is big for
the
them.
They've
Bears
been missing somebody in that interior.
the Bears
Bears aren't
traded
making any sense.
Jason
me.
something or
Bears aren't.
Johnson or something like
He
that.
requested
Josh
a
Sweat.
trade.
Defensive end.
Their cornerback requested a
Yeah,
trade.
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson, and then
And
he
they
didn't
didn't
get one.
He's like a top 5 corner in the league
Yeah.
this year.
Oh, 100%. They were actually talking about. I almost questioned the reason he didn't get traded because the trade destination that was supposedly made for him was the 49ers.
Mm.
And then they got Young, and I think the Bears backed out because they didn't want him to get both.
Mm.
I think is the way it went down. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know why the Bears are trading for people like they're about to make a run. That just doesn't make any
Justin
sense.
Fields about to
It's
come
in the
back and be the next
rebuild.
Tom Brady, I guess. I don't know.
I think that was
another
probably
big
the
Cool, you got
trades.
Josh Sweat. You're gonna have to pay him. I think this is last year of the contract, so they're just agreeing to pay him. But
Another interesting
whatever.
pickup. It wasn't a trade, but a pickup was it the Bills signed Leonard Fournette?
Yeah. I
Oh, that
don't
was
get
pretty
why.
interesting. Probably depth.
Both the running backs are better than he is and has been.
I agree, but maybe I don't know. Maybe there's
I
the
saw
size, the
somebody call
depth.
him Lambo Lenny. And that pissed me off
Lambo Lenny.
because he won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Let's go look up
Let's go!
Leonard Fournette's stats during the playoff run they had.
Talk about getting an A on the group project and doing nothing.
Let's talk about Week 9 of the NFL.
Yes,
There's
please.
a lot of good games.
We'll start with the Thursday night game.
1 second.
Waiting.
I am 24-19, 20-23, and Ryan, you are 25 of 18.
I'm 1 week
lead-
away from.
What? Say it
leading the
again?
podcast
You
right
cut
now.
out?
20,
Say it again?
25 and 18.
That's
Leading the
still not great.
podcast right now, but still, hey.
Okay. That's
positive.
just because Ryan
By the
takes.
way-
he doesn't take any chances.
By the
We
way-
take chances out here.
The reason why it's so low is because we started week 5.
Facts.
Anyone's asking that's just watching this one.
Yeah.
I'm about to go 14
If you
and 0
guys
this
want to, we have pre-recorded stuff, and I'm actually like undefeated through the first 4 weeks, but we
Yeah.
just didn't submit that stuff yet. So just so you guys know.
Yeah, so Ryan 25 and 18. I'm 24-19. T-Mac, you are 20 and 23. So let's continue.
First up, we got the Titans at the Steelers Thursday night football. Will Levis versus Mitchell Trubisky. I don't even know if Kenny Pickett will be back.
I don't
so
know who will
I don't
start.
know.
Give me Titans.
Titans.
I think
I want to take the Steelers. I actually do, but I'm
I
going to take
think
the
I
Titans.
will take the Steelers at home against a rookie quarterback.
I mean,
Give me Steelers.
I think if Pickett plays and he's like healthy, like he's not just playing through injury, because they said that he's playing, or he said that he's
He
playing.
is.
He said he plans on playing him
Okay.
specifically. But
That
so
makes me feel better about my pick.
if he's healthy, I would like to take the Steelers because I just think they've lost a couple games that like they should have won. I feel like usually
Yeah.
when you see that they end up winning eventually. But I'm gonna go with the Titans. I think Will's got something to prove. So I'm gonna go with Titans.
I think
Either George Pickens or Deontay Johnson is going to have a good game, regardless of who's playing quarterback. I don't think the Titans secondary is very good.
I hope D Hop does it
one
again.
thing Mason Rudolph can do is launch that fucking.
Yeah, he's
ball.
not afraid to huck that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he's-
And if you
he's
got
not afraid to
George
get hit by a
Pickens,
helmet either.
if you got George Pickens wide open, that's money.
Nah, he's definitely a highlight reel. That kid is.
All right, Dolphins and Chiefs
In Germany.
In Germany,
in Germany. Yep. 9:30
I'm gonna take the
game.
Dolphins.
Yeah, give me the Dolphins.
This is hard.
As good as Patty is, I
gonna-
just don't trust their offense against the Dolphins'
I'm
offense.
gonna go the Dolphins because I don't. They're 6-2, but they
on the Dolphins.
they haven't been playing well this year. I know they're 6-2, but
The Chiefs'
I'm pretty
offense
sure.
is not.
I'm pretty
look
sure
good.
when
yeah.
I was adding up who's everybody's record, anytime we all agree on one, it's not a very good thing. But
maybe
I
this
can't
is
bet
the
on the
breaker,
Chiefs.
huh?
I
We'll
can't bet
see.
on the Chiefs in this case. I just think the Dolphins' offense is too
Taylor
much.
Swift. I don't
It's
think Taylor
so
Swift's
much
going to
better.
travel there.
No.
No. So they're,
Pretty sure
they're
she's gotta
losing.
go on
She
tour.
might have a tour out there or something for all
They're
we know.
losing.
next
Moving
up,
on.
first 1:00 game, Vikings
This should be a really
at
good one.
the Falcons.
I'm gonna take Atlanta. No Justin Jefferson, Joshua Dobbs at the helm. I'm taking Atlanta.
Yeah, I'll take Atlanta. I think Desmond Ritter goes back to not losing at home.
Seeing how the Cardinals are 1-7 with Joshua Dobbs, I'm going to go with Atlanta as well.
Good point. Actually, I didn't think about that.
I don't know if I doubt he plays this week. He's have 3
I
or
don't
4
know.
days
Baker
to run.
Mayfield last year.
You never know, man. Yeah, I'll go the Falcons.
Falcons.
Very nice.
Bears at Saints. God, that game's gonna suck.
I'll take the
Derek
Saints
Carr might
though.
throw for 400 yards. Yeah,
I
I'll
was
take
gonna
the
say, I think
Saints.
I think Kamara might have a big game too.
Eric, your thoughts?
I said the Saints. Sorry.
Cool. Rams at Lambeau Field against the Packers.
Got Green Bay.
Stafford.
Give me the
Give me the
Packers.
Packers.
Give me the Packers too. What the hell?
Give me the
Last
Packers
last
this
week we all agreed Packers and we all lost.
Who's the backup?
Uh,
Who's the backup for the Rams?
It was Stetson Bennett, but he's away from the team, so I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. He's got some personal shit going on. He I think he might have went to like 1 day of training camp. That was it.
What? Ain't that the kid? Ain't that the 40-year-old
from
from
Georgia?
Georgia?
Yeah.
the 40-year-old from Georgia.
from Georgia.
That boy played so much college football.
that's funny.
He outlived me twice.
Next up, we got the Commanders at the Patriots.
I'm gonna take the Commanders.
Me too. Patriots haven't showed me anything to.
I'll take the
Patriots
Commanders as well.
Patriots could win 5 straight, and I'm still taking whoever they're playing against.
And Hal's going to have one hell of a game, I think.
Brett
I think
Ripeney.
the
Again.
Patriots are like on their 3rd and 4th string DBs. So
Brett Ripon, as far as the quarterback for the Rams goes.
Brett Ripon?
nice.
That'd be
R
Ripon
Y
that ball.
P I E N.
Interesting.
Another good game.
He's from JUCO?
Seahawks at the Baltimore Ravens.
Give me the Ravens.
Ravens. You want to say it, don't you?
I will say it.
We'll
Bastard.
say it.
Give me the
We'll say it.
Seahawks. Go. Battle of the Birds.
Battle of the Bird.
Battle of
We
the
got-
Birds.
We got Baker Mayfield taking on C.J. Stroud. Bucks versus Texans.
I think C.J. Stroud wins this one by a mile. I think Baker Mayfield's going to throw 3 interceptions.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, Baker
Jeez
Mayfield, I
Louise.
think, has a pretty good repertoire against Ohio State quarterbacks. So I'm going to take the Buccaneers.
I will be taking the Buccaneers as well.
I think Mike Evans has a big game this week.
About time.
About time.
Cardinals at Browns.
Give me the Cardinals.
Type shit. Type shit. Give me the Browns. I'm looking for Jerome Ford to get 20 carries and rush for over 200 yards and have 2 touchdowns. I'm actually looking for PJ Walker to only throw 2 passes.
Wait a minute. I did that last week.
Yep.
It didn't work.
Sure did.
Give me the Browns.
Now the Cardinals are going to win.
Oh, fuck. Give me the Cardinals. You know what? I'm not even going to say anything. Fuck this game.
Colts at Panthers.
Give
Give
me
me
Colts.
the Colts.
I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah,
I don't
give
think
me
it's going to be a blowout,
Colts.
but I think it's going to be one of those boring games.
Yeah.
I will.
Why is that at 4 o'clock?
I will also double down on the Colts.
Do you guys see the NFL had a chance to reschedule the Jets and Raiders Saturday night game, and they didn't? They had the chance to flex it, and they were like, we'll keep it.
We'll keep
We'll
it.
keep it as that Saturday night game. What a joke. Anywho, speaking of the Raiders, Giants at Raiders.
This is going to be a good show.
Right. So, like I was saying, if the Giants have a real quarterback on Sunday, because Daniel Jones got cleared for contact yesterday or Sunday, so he'll be practicing this week. Or if Tyrod Taylor plays, I'm taking the Giants. However, if DeVito is the starting quarterback, give me the Raiders.
Give me the Giants.
The Giants as well.
Another banger of a game. Cowboys at Eagles.
This would be a good one.
Give me
I'm going to.
the Cowboys.
I was going to take the Cowboys. It's at Philly, though, right?
Since you're all taking the Cowboys, I'll take the Eagles.
It's at Philly.
Yeah, that scares me.
Yeah, give me Dallas.
Give me the
though.
Eagles.
Give me Dallas. I'll be the odd one out this time.
I was going to say the Eagles defense might get lit up in the passing game, but they kind of held Tua under wraps. So for that reason, I'll take the Eagles.
I don't think they're going to
And
stop
maybe-
the tush push.
Maybe the best game of the weekend.
Mm.
Sunday night football. Bills at Bengals.
Give me the Bills.
Give me the Bengals.
Give me the Bills.
Okay, fine. I'll take the Bengals, bastards.
You're
You know
allowed
what
to
they're
take
gonna.
the same
You know
picks
what
as
they're
us.
gonna talk about.
My
though,
record's
right?
going to be fucked. I know what they're talking about. 100%.
You know what they're talking about.
What are they talking about?
A year
Threes
ago,
up. Put your threes up, T.
we saw a man lose his life on the field, only to
Uh,
be resurrected. Imagine it happens again.
How could
Can
you
I take-
forget?
Can I take Nova? Because I didn't. I didn't care.
I'm kidding. Okay.
I've never heard of the guy before, and he fell down. Oh my God! Pray for the dude. You know, like I don't
Did
want
you
to see
see-
somebody like
Did you
die.
see?
But that was it for me.
Did you see? They announced that he, at like the beginning of the season, they announced that he
He made the team.
made the team. T.
He made the team.
Professional
Look.
athlete made the team.
As a human, it was scary to see.
Well,
They've got
us.
his number on the
And
back
I
of the
f-
ambulance.
And I felt getting your number retired on an ambulance is crazy. Number one. Number two, like, don't get me wrong. Yes, of course, like we're thinking about him. We saw it happen. It was scary. Don't get me wrong, but like there
I
is
was
not
so excited for
one.
that game.
There is not. Me too. We were in the group chat
They're
talking about it.
hiding in a booth with a
There
mask
is
on.
not one human on this planet outside of potentially half, maybe a quarter of Bills fans and the
That knew
53
who he
people on the
was?
Bills roster who knew who DeMar Hamilton was.
You don't even know who he is. You just said his
I
name
still don't
once.
know. I still don't know who he is.
Hamilton.
Whatever, man. DeMar Hamlin. Listen, I don't
DeMar
care.
Ham sandwich.
This-
I don't
this
care.
game- This game better fulfill what it was supposed to fulfill for me last year. That's all.
Yeah. The Monday
the Bills.
night. The actual Monday
Give me the
night
Jets. Give me the
football.
Jets. Give me the
Chargers
Jets.
at Jets.
Give me the Jets.
Give me the Chargers. I think they're rolling.
Give me the Jets.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
Give me the Jets. The
Jets.
script
Mm.
doesn't
Herbert's
lie. And I
having-
got the script right here, buddies. I
So you
got the
better go
script right here in the
14-0.
mail.
Better go 14-0.
Give me the
Give me the
Jets.
Jets.
Yep.
You're taking the Jets?
Or not Jets. Sorry, Chargers.
Ryan, you got some quick pick'ems for us?
I'll take the Seahawks plus 5.5. And I'll take the over 46 in the Cowboys and Eagles game. And I'll take the Giants plus 3. And
like 'em.
the Bengals minus 2.5.
I like them. I don't know about the -2.5 on the Bengals though.
Dogma, they win by a field goal. Use code taped up at Price
And
Picks.
don't forget, that was Ryan with our weekly Prize Picks, sponsored by Prize Picks. Use code Ryan15 at checkout for 30% back on your deposit. No, but we can move over to a couple things in college football. I want to start with Georgia, Florida. Georgia bullied Florida, so your late
looked good for
prediction
about
of
5 minutes.
of Florida beating Georgia was not a
They were
thing.
upset.
I
Not even a chance.
honestly thought the first 5 minutes it looked really good. But then after the Georgia scored, it was all over from there.
Once the second quarter started, it was
It
kind of
was
over.
Over.
I mean, Florida scored 13 in the fourth quarter to make it reasonable, I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Georgia looked really good. Moving on to the Ohio State University playing Wisconsin. Kyle
Yeesh.
McCord yet again does not look
Oh
good
my
under
Atlanta.
center. 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he probably missed out on give or take 160 yards in just bad passes.
Every week there's just someone on Twitter that says, I don't care, I'm sticking with Kyle McCord. No. Just no.
Well, you have no choice. Noah Brown's hurt,
I
so
understand
he is
that,
not
but-
wrong.
I understand that, but he's not good.
I will say I don't disagree with you, Eric. But I will say he's shown glimpses of in the future, this time under his belt, he might be all right. The problem is I don't know if the next head coach will give him that chance because Ryan Day better not be my head coach next season, unless we win the Natty.
Brian Hartline.
That's fine. I would take Ryan as our head coach over Ryan Day any day of the week as of right now.
But I said it last week, say it again. If Ohio State keeps fucking playing like they're supposed to in the fourth quarter, they're not going to keep winning ball games.
Agreed.
It's just not going to happen. I mean, they came back in the third quarter, making it 10-10,
Yes.
and they finally scored twice, right?
And the defense
Twice in
got
the
some
fourth
big
quarter?
stops too. In the just
Yeah.
once in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. See, I didn't watch the full thing. I was at a Halloween party, but
No, you're good.
it's
The defense got some big stops, and Henderson being back helped our offense a lot. I mean, he took a lot of load off of Kyle McCord, having 24 carries, 162 yards, and a touchdown. The defense got some big stops. Wisconsin had a real good chance to win this football game.
they did, and I
So-
kept going back, and it
Yeah.
scared me.
So pretty much the only way you guys don't make the playoffs now is if you get absolutely embarrassed by Michigan.
Yeah, we'll talk about the playoffs.
Expecting you win out against Rutgers, Michigan State, and Minnesota.
Yeah, we can talk more about the playoffs here in a little bit. But I do agree with you. Moving on to Florida State playing the School of the Legally Blind. That went down the way it was supposed to go. Wake Forest, that is. Washington beating out Stanford in actually a pretty decent game to watch. I don't know if either of you watched it. I personally watched it. It was a pretty good game. And then the rest of the games were whatever. Kansas upset Oklahoma. That was pretty big.
That was big, but they
And
only
the
went
rest of
down.
the
They went
games.
down. Well, I don't know what they went down to now, but the first Sunday rankings, they went down 2. I don't know what they went down after tonight though.
Yeah, which leads us into our next topic. The college football playoff rankings came out today, and your top 4 is Ohio State at number 1, Georgia at number 2, Michigan at number 3, Florida State at 4, and the 2 outsides looking in is Washington and Oregon. I want
think
to start
Oregon
at the
might be in there by the end of
I
it.
want to start at the bottom with Oregon. The only reason Oregon's not in is because they lost to Washington. I want to set this
Mhm.
record clear.
On
With
a
that.
missed, on a
I
missed field
personally,
goal to go to overtime.
I personally think Oregon is better than every team that's above them outside the top 3. I would even argue that Oregon might be better than Ohio
To
State, but
Washington
I'm not going
and
to.
Florida State.
Yeah. I don't think
Who-
I don't
who
think they're better
is-
than Michigan personally, and I definitely don't think they're better than Georgia. Ohio
Is-
State's
Oh
shaky.
yeah, they do. Michigan does have a test in state before Ohio
They have
State,
yeah.
but Penn State.
If we beat them the
is-
way we beat them, I expect
nah.
Michigan to do the same exact thing. But anything can happen, of course.
Watch Michigan beat them by 50 or whatever, and then fuck, here it comes. Here it comes.
Florida State being number 4 does make a lot of sense to me. They've had way too many nail biter games against nobodies to be anything higher, but I do think they are technically still better than Washington and Oregon at the present time because of Oregon losing to Washington. The one that everybody's having controversy on is Michigan, Georgia, and Ohio State in that order, solely because they think Ohio State is worse than the other 2, which I don't think people are wrong in saying that. However, statistically, Ohio State is the only one of the top 4 to beat 2 top 10 teams. And I think that's
That's a
the
fact.
reason,
I mean-
the only reason they're number 1.
Mhm.
Georgia, I don't think Georgia's played anybody. was LSU ranked when they played them?
What is LSU ranked?
Yeah.
High 20s.
So
Yeah.
LSU, I think they were 16. Does that sound right?
Who? LSU.
LSU when
When
Georgia, played
Georgia played
LSU
them.
though.
They had to be ranked. Yeah.
I think they were ranked, but I don't
they
think they
were
were very high.
16.
16, yeah, and I don't think Michigan's played anybody ranked yet. If I'm
Not a single
Correct.
team.
I mean, granted, Ohio State
Michigan
got
hasn't
Notre
played
Dame.
one ranked team.
No, I don't think
That's-
so. Ohio State got Notre Dame really early when they were, what, 8? I think they were 8 or 7 or 6, something like that. So that helped them out a lot. Obviously, they got a big win in there. And then they obviously played Penn State when everybody thought Penn State was going to dog walk us. I had a little bit of me inside
Michigan
that
has
thought they would.
2 ranked teams on their schedule.
Ohio State and Penn State.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and Georgia.
I mean, they look really good, but I mean,
I don't.
I want to
anybody.
see them. I want to see the Penn State game because
I would like to watch that game too,
after
because it'll
that-
really show us
yeah,
what Michigan
exactly,
has to offer.
exactly.
I agree. Michigan has played nobody. The one game that I think everybody's like talking the most about is how Michigan dog walked Indiana and Ohio State did not.
that was first game of the season.
But it was first game of the season, and nobody in any big conference is playing somebody in their conference week 1. So it's going to be a little bit different.
Mhm.
And I don't blame Georgia for playing nobody. The SEC has been very weak this year.
yeah, I agree.
So I actually agree with the college football playoffs, and that's not me saying that as an Ohio State fan. That's me saying it from somebody outside looking in.
I'm
And
gonna
Ohio
say
State's
it.
the only one to play anybody
I'm gonna say it.
statistically. Say it.
I love NIL. Actually shook some things up this year.
It did, but it didn't
did.
at the same time.
I
you
can't
know?
It
wait.
did.
I can't wait for the 12-team playoff. That's where it's going to be really interesting.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be real fun.
That's
Actually,
going to be fun.
Yeah.
that's gonna be really fun. I mean, I think the teams that like people always expect to be good that aren't good, Alabama in particular, aren't good because of NIL. But I also don't completely blame NIL because coaches like Nick Saban are turning players away that want the NIL. They want, old time coaches, which I totally agree with. They're turning away these bigger players, saying that like if you're more interested in the money than the team, we don't want you, which is totally fine with me. But I think that's another reason why some of these teams are going to start struggling a little bit.
Well, eventually they're going to have to start paying. So if they want to win, that's just the way it's going to be.
Facts.
Can we talk about Clemson losing to NC State? What about
I
the
didn't watch that.
downfall of Clemson University?
Didn't
Lost
what-
to Miami last week.
The downfall since Trevor Lawrence left.
and the coach quit? Didn't the coach quit?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
He
Dabo
did.
Sweeney, he's still there.
Is he still there?
Oh.
He's not a big believer in NIL. He in fact said in an interview, like a
Yeah.
post game
Here's
interview
my
or
point.
something, they follow God over there, and they're gonna let God bring in the players that they need to be successful.
Well, I'm a big believer in God, and I do believe God hates Clemson. Respectfully.
He or Ryan NBA.
James
take
Harden got
off.
traded to the Clippers.
Yeah, I mean, big news in the NBA. James Harden traded to the Clippers, and I think that hurts the Clippers more than it helps them. I think that's going to take away from a lot of what Russell Westbrook's been bringing to the team. Because somebody's got to bring the ball up the court, and both of those guys are not going to be spot up shooters. And I'd rather have James Harden spot up than Russell Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are
Are you
definitely the best
sure?
players. Yeah, are definitely the best players on that team. However, and this is not a hit at the two because I love both of them to death, but they're just not reliable to be there. So I mean, if they're healthy and they're there at the end of the year, then by all means, this could work out still. But it's a lot of sugar that's got to get passed around between the four of them.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat missed out on yet another superstar who they were favored to get, but now there's a statistic going around that they
Zach
are number one to
LaVine.
get Zach LaVine. I'm not going to get my hopes up because every time I get my hopes up, the trade falls through because we didn't trade Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo for whoever. But the next team traded 2 bags of chips and an Oreo cookie for them. So that's how that
Who's
goes.
your starting five?
Starting 5 right now
For the
is Caleb Martin hasn't played at all this year. Unless he may have played. No, he's been out, so he's our starting 4. So Kevin Love's been taking over the starting 4 position for
Oh,
us.
Kevin
Bam
Love.
Adebayo, of course, Jimmy Butler,
Zach
Tyler
would be
Hero,
4?
and then Kyle Lowry,
Zach would be 4.
Zach Levine.
Yeah.
They would probably move him to the 2 and have Tyler Hero run point and or
Yeah.
Zach Levine run point would be the way it goes.
Oh.
But I'm not worried about the Heat yet. Eric Spoelstra is known to just work on some rotation guys at the early part of the year, and Jimmy Butler definitely doesn't seem like he's very interested in this play-in tournament, so I don't expect them to
No.
do much.
I've heard a lot of like veteran-led teams who are like trying to win championships aren't very interested in the play-in tournament.
I mean, why would you be?
I mean,
Then
yeah, exactly. Why would you be? But
at the end of the day, you're playing for like a silver medal in the Olympics, essentially,
see.
right?
you know, do you know what's Sham Sharana? Sham Sharanya or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
He was saying people will look at the in season tournament
hmm
as like a resume patter.
Yeah.
Like who cares? This
Yeah.
guy was a 2-time in-season
And
tournament
yeah,
champion.
it's a
Who
Carmelo Anthony
cares?
award. It's a Carmelo
Literally.
Anthony award.
He's
Trey
so
Young
weak.
has looked absolutely abysmal so far since the NBA started. He's looked actually worse than anything I've ever
saw-
seen in my life. So he better figure it out. He'll be out the league in a couple of years.
Somebody like edited a picture of him
Of
sitting
him
on the
laying
court
in
covered in
poo.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
Ben
funny.
Simmons has looked really well playing defense, playing point guard for the Brooklyn Nets. He hasn't been
He's
scoring
playing
a whole
point?
bunch. Yeah, he's been playing point guard and he's been doing really well for them. And
Isn't he
Cam
like
Thomas,
6? How tall? How big is he?
6'10". He's a 6'10" point guard. Yeah, he came in the league as a point guard, and I think they listed him at power forward because of his size, but he came in as a point guard. Cam Thomas is like one of the first players since Michael Jordan averaged over 30 to start a season.
For
He's
the
actually the
Nets?
only other player, yeah, for the Brooklyn Nets.
Didn't he do that last year and then they just stopped playing him?
Yes, he went for like
For no
40 for
reason?
like six or 7 games straight, and then he just stopped playing. Victor Wembanyama looking like he's the real deal Holyfield, and same with Chet Holmgren. I think it'll be a good rookie of the year race for those two. The Thompson twins have been looking good as well, but I don't think they'll get the limelight that those two will get.
That
And
was-
Luka Doncic and Jokic are looking like the 2 MVP frontrunners to start the season.
Yeah.
Both of them have put up a couple triple doubles, and Luka has actually saved the Mavericks twice on some heroic 3-point shooting, which has
Yeah.
blown my mind twice.
Ugh.
Lakers look pretty abysmal. However, D'Angelo Russell had a big outing last night, which helped them get a 2-point win over or a 3-point win. I'm sorry, over the Orlando Magic.
When
But
does the tournament start? The 3rd, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Same day as the OG Fortnite.
Oh
But,
my goodness.
You care to give a little prediction on who wins?
Who I think will win the play-in?
My
or the
my
in?
2 predictions.
I think it'll be the Boston Celtics. I think they're the only team that actually cares.
You
That's
think
something
they
they would
care?
care about. That's something they would care about. Yeah. Jason Tatum's going to text Kobe Bryant the night before the tournament and tell him he's got him or something.
I was
don't know.
thinking it was gonna be like a younger team.
Could be the
that was
Knicks.
I was thinking Kings or maybe even the Oklahoma City Thunder.
No, I think the Thunder could be an interesting one to. I don't think they care to win it, but they could win it. I think this Boston Celtics would actually care to win, is what I was saying. I think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and those guys, that's something they could hang their hat on for whatever reason.
Is there a benefit for winning it? Like any type of like playoff seeding for it or anything?
I don't remember the whole benefit for it. We can look into it really fast. The prizing and league honors for the in-season tournament is a most valuable player of the competition. So you win like an MVP, like a tournament MVP. And then there's an all-tournament team. So it's no different than a high school like start of the season tournament. I don't know if your guys' high school had that, but we had that where we went to like a school and then like 4 or 5 teams participated, and then like they had like an all-tournament team, and one person from each team had to be picked for that. And then like the winner usually had 2 players, and then there was an MVP.
So
So
it's
that
kind of a
is
big
it.
who cares.
I think they have a prize pool as well, like a money prize pool, but I think it's just like a bonus into whatever they make already.
Mm.
So I'm not very interested in it. I definitely know my boy Jimmy Butler's not interested. So I don't know. I think the 76ers got better though with the James Harden trade because Tyrese Maxey has definitely proven that he's about to be a superstar in the NBA. I think that about wraps it up for us. Before we wrap it up, I do want to give a big shout out to my boy Cooper Flagg up in Maine, signing with Duke.
Committing
He's
to
the projected
Duke.
overall number 1 overall pick for the 2025 NBA draft. So shout out to Cooper Flagg.
Shout out
Hope
Cooper
he sees
Flagg.
this,
Hi,
and I hope
Cooper.
he gives me a big kiss on my forehead. But that does it for the 4th episode of Taped Up. Again, I was your host, Peen Poppy, and I was
Four.
here with Eric and
Thumbnail.
Ryan.